Another Sunday morning rolling around and you need a little help. Maybe at quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe a name in purple. Teddy Bridgewater against the Jets.
Teddy Bridgewater.
You've been picking on the Jets all year.
I have been picking on the Jets all year. And actually, they're much better lately. Teddy Bridgewater is much improved. You know, aside from the fact that he's still totally unproven as a downfield passer, he has scored touchdowns in 7 of his 8 starts. He has thrown touchdowns in 6 straight games, and he's thrown 2 touchdowns in back-to-back games. So now here comes the Jets secondary, as I mentioned, improved of late, but they've been awful on the road all year. The opposing line for quarterbacks who are at home against the Jets when the Jets are traveling is 265 yards and 2.6 touchdowns. Every home quarterback has thrown 2 or 3 touchdowns against the Jets. And to my eyes, the Jets look like they've got some quit to them, Mike. I think there's a chance this team's packing it in right now. So I'm going to try Teddy Bridgewater. We'll see if we can keep it going.
All right, but at running back, there's no quit to Chris Ivory.
There's not. There's no quit to Beast East. He runs hard on every play. In fairness, though, he has not scored in a month, and Chris Johnson just outproduced him last week. I think first time all year. It almost never happens. But this is a Chris Ivory game. The Vikings hate power runners. The north-south guys just bludgeon them. Last week, Jonathan Stewart put up 110 yards. Week before that, Eddie Lacy, 138 yards and a touchdown. Alfred Morris, 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Joique Bell, 97 yards and 1 touchdown. Look, we can do this all day. The north-south power runners always succeed against the Vikings, and Chris Johnson is a tap-dancing Nancy. This game is going to be all about the hard-charging Chris Ivory. Plus, by the way, the Jets got to know that putting the ball in the hand of Geno Smith is a recipe for disaster, right? I mean, you don't do that and plan to win the game. Look at how few throws they gave Geno Smith last week,
Yeah, they
right?
gave him nothing against the Dolphins.
Nothing. Yeah. And so they were close in that game too.
Yeah.
Came down to the wire.
So maybe it worked.
So I think that's the game plan to try to keep things close, is to not let Geno Smith give the game away.
All right, maybe a sneaky sleeper at wide receiver, Stedman Bailey for the Rams against Washington.
Stedman Bailey. He's got the most targets since Sean Hill returned to the lineup, and in the past 2 weeks, he's posted really solid 2-week totals. Here they are: 17 targets, 12 catches, 189 yards, and a touchdown. And last week, he had 100 yards at half, and it could have been a lot more if it weren't for the fact that they had a 38-point lead at halftime. Only one team has allowed more wide receiver scores than Washington, and they've been really bad recently. Last week, Dante Moncrief went berserk, and Washington allowed 3 wide receiver touchdowns in that game. 2 weeks ago, Anquan Bolden put up 137 yards on a score. And the week before that, Mike Evans put up 209 yards and 2 touchdowns on Washington. So you look at how this team's been performing against wide receivers, and you've definitely got some opportunities. And Stedman Bailey's available in most leagues.
There you go. Stedman Bailey, Chris Ivory, and Teddy Bridgewater, your 3 sleepers from Paul Charchian. Maybe some great bargain plays in some one-week leagues, too.